All right, y'all. We back with another video, man. Hopefully I'm not echoing too crazy. Might have to do some editing on the audio. I'm in the new crib. I took 2 days posting no videos, no new videos. Mind you, I haven't went 2 days without posting since August. So that lets you know the grind we've been on lately. It felt weird not posting a video, I'm not gonna lie. But them 2 days was needed. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be in the new crib, new setup. It's a little airy in here right now because it ain't too much shit in here having to furnish this crib, but blessed, of course. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. Before we start this video, I just wanted to say that thank you. Thank you for all the support recently. We're gonna go ahead and jump right into it, man. The first clip I want to show y'all, this would be kind of like a small compilation video. First clip was Wiz Khalifa talking about Jim Carrey looking different. I'll put this up on the screen. Y'all already know what's going on with Wiz. Something very, I won't even say questionable. Wiz and his artists that died the same day that XXX Tentacion died, that was one of Wiz's sacrifice. If I'm not mistaken, that might have been his first sacrifice. I forget the name of the artist. I can put it up on the screen when I go back and watch this video. But that artist was killed in Pittsburgh. And I think Wiz Khalifa was on a small tour, or he was doing a show that day. He wasn't in Pittsburgh. Now, his death had the same numerology as XXX Tentacion. He was killed later that day when X was killed. I don't know which one was killed first, actually. I can't remember. But they were killed on the same day. And now I just thought that was very interesting. And it went unnoticed because he was the smaller artist and he just happened to die the same day X died. So I want y'all to remember that when it comes to Wiz Khalifa. Check this clip out, y'all.
What happened to Jim Carrey, man? You see that fool, yo?
Oh, what is it? Him with that weird looking statue.
Yeah, they saying he ain't himself no more, man. They saying they got Jim. He do look different though, I ain't gonna lie.
It's like they got aliens abducted him.
I don't know. See, like, what it seems like to me is the real Jim Carrey got a little bit ahead of himself. He got a little out of control. He was talking too much. So they had to snatch him and they had to put their Jim Carrey in his place so that he can give out the right message. That's what I'm saying. That shit looks crazy. And people just be ignoring that shit like it's fucking normal.
What if it was an advanced AI robot and that's like, they're just seeing if it works?
Just surface level. That shit looks fucking weird. How about that? I'm not trying to get snatched. I'm just saying on the surface, it looks like what everybody.
Now, y'all already know with an artist that's still active in the industry, you know, yeah, he's gonna kind of talk in circles, not really gonna say what he knows he can say. Somebody said 100% is not Jim Carrey, but they just came out and said it was Alexis Stone wearing a costume. Somebody said, where is the real Jim Carrey? He knows, he just won't speak up on it. Well, nice knowing you, Wiz. He said it himself in an interview, if I shave my beard, you'll know it's not me. Somebody said he literally told y'all he went off script. Everybody know that ain't him. Somebody said Jim Carrey once said that Jim Carrey, his actual name that we know him for, was his biggest role. Now, I remember that. I think I remember the interview he said that in, where he said even himself, as in Jim Carrey, is his biggest role. And that may not even be Jim Carrey, the Jim Carrey that we know. That may have never been his real name, because he tells you that he doesn't exist. I think we played the interview in that last video. He said, I don't exist. And so you have to take that literal when these people tell you that. You know what I'm saying? Even it goes to that theory about him playing Joe Biden. A lot of people have been saying a lot of stuff, man. It could have been multiple people playing Joe Biden. I don't think no one believes it was ever the real Joe Biden while he was president. It's crazy. Let's move on to the next topic, y'all.
Did you guys watch that recent interview where an inmate claims that Carmen Salinas is worse than Epstein himself? The topic came up on this podcast Penitencia, where Beto, who's been incarcerated for the last 18 years, made some pretty shocking allegations. According to him, at just 9 years old, he was allegedly hired to befriend children and gain their trust, only to lure them away and sell them to politicians and other powerful people around the world. He claims that these children are used specifically for satanic rituals in Catemaco, Veracruz. And for those who don't know, Catemaco is basically referred to as the witchcraft capital of Mexico, a place where rituals for money, power, and fame are performed. They say black masses take place here, and the people attending are very wealthy and influential. And over the years, different celebrities have allegedly been rumored to come here to harvest adrenochrome. But anyways, during the interview, he calls out Carmen Salinas by her name, saying she was the one buying these kids. And if you're Latino, then you definitely know who he's talking about. She was an actress, comedian, producer, and even a politician later in her life. She appeared in over 100 films, novelas, and theater productions, so yeah, she's very well known. She did pass away in 2021 after complications from a stroke, so there's no way for her to defend herself. You know what? At this point, I believe that anything could be a possibility. Rituals and secret societies have existed for hundreds of years. I truly believe that all of them are in on it. Have you guys heard about this? Did you guys watch that crazy ass podcast? Let me know in the comments.
Now, I just thought this clip was very interesting. I've never heard of this person in my life, but she talked about that city, Catemaco, if I'm saying that correctly. And that was the same city where we did that video on with old girl that her husband is the CEO of Balenciaga. And y'all know who I'm talking about. Can't get it off the tip of my tongue right now. Salma Hayek and Angelina Jolie. There we go. Remember, it was going around the internet because they had went to that city, Catemaco, and basically they were going there for the red juice and meeting with those high-ranking witches. And I just wouldn't be surprised. I mean, I'm pretty sure Mexico, they do some of the same, if they're saying this woman is up there or worse than Epstein, I can't believe it. The podcast, if you don't speak Spanish, obviously you're not going to understand that I clicked on it and couldn't understand a word. But I believe it, man. When you think about the cartel, how brutal they are in Mexico, cutting heads off with no problems, chainsaws and dull knives and stuff, they are brutal. So I know they are willing to do anything when it comes to these blood rituals and doing things to the little ones. I know there's no line that people will cross. I'm not just saying it's in Mexico or anything like that, but them people out there, y'all already know, bro. And other countries, the beheadings and all that stuff, they get wild. It's like in America, you might take a bullet to the head on some normal evil shit, but in them other countries, they get wild. There's like no line that these people will not cross. So I believe it. Let's see what we got next, y'all.
Now he's about to tell a story where this time around the story involves a 9-year-old.
No, never.
It was an accident, but it happened.
Yeah, I had almost.
One day the kids walked in the room, and me and the mama was under the cover naked, and then one of the little girls got under the cover and was like, "Oh," I was like, "Yeah."
I'm in here too. How old was the little girl?
Probably about 9.
Oh, she wasn't that young.
She saw why her mama ain't charging me no rent.
He was like 3 or something. She's like, "Mommy." Hold on, bro. This is the second time Corey Holcomb have accidentally been viewed naked by a woman he's dating child. Now, I would assume he's talking about two different women because it was two different girls, right? Two different ages. How many times does this have to happen before we say, maybe this ain't an accident, man? Maybe you are intentionally putting yourself in this situation because this don't sound right, bruh.
That happened to me for real. One day I was living with this lady and her daughters crawled in the bed and I ain't have on shit.
Yeah.
I was up under the cover.
Wow.
And I was like, oh shit. And one of her
Tell
daughters
Michael,
was like,
rest in peace.
her daughter was, she was in high school. I think she was 15. Still not legal. You just can't tell your true thoughts. Her daughter was going to be thick like her mama. I know that much.
Yeah.
I can't tell you one person that this situation has happened to, yet alone somebody that it has happened to multiple times.
I want to say to that little 16-year-old girl who was arguing with me, you born to lose, bitch. You're going to lose. I can tell how you are. I'll be there when you lose, too.
Can you imagine if this sitting there like,
I'm going to find your back page handle, and I'm going to get at you, goddammit. When you sodomize a little boy, but it make a different sound, too.
No, don't.
When you sodomize a little, you know Corey Holcomb went too far with that one. When you got Darlene saying, Corey, oh, no, Corey, no, that's not good to say, Corey. This is, yo, it's such a treasure trove, but Corey Holcomb and his minions.
Hey, real quick. Corey, every video I've watched has been something new. You know, that's usually stuff you don't discuss with people on a podcast. Multiple times that you under a bed and an underage girl, the child of the person that you're sleeping with, sees you butt ass naked. If you under the cover, how is the child even getting close to you? You supposed to be like, no, I don't got clothes on. Get out. Let me get up. Something. You should be aware to be able to say something. But you allowing yourself to be seen because you want to be seen by the child. I ain't gonna lie. This shit crazy with Corey now. It's shit crazy.
Right, and his cult followers, alleged cult followers, obviously, right, because it's all alleged. They would defend this by saying, "Oh, Corey Holcomb just an edgy joker. You know what I mean? He's an edgy comedian." All right.
Let me tell you something. America, guess what? Guess what, America? All you dumb ass who ain't never left the hood. I understand why you feel the way you feel, because Master taught you the way he taught you. But if you ever leave out the United States of America, you will find out this is fair game at all these ages that is talking about right now. A bitch has been on this earth 15, 16 years.
is ready to...
Corey Holcomb said with a straight face, the reason why we aren't attracted to kids is because Massa brainwashed us into... Corey, no brainwashing was done, bro. I've never thought about doing anything like that to any type of child. Is wrong. And if I was in a different society, I'll be on the right side of history with these things. This is just objectively wrong.
Crazy, y'all. And he does have, a very decent following. All of his lives, all of his podcast episodes, they get a very good amount of views. Usually when he is live on YouTube, he's probably 7,000 to 10,000 people watching him. On Corey, that's crazy, man. Like I said, the first time when we talked about it, the more people talk, the more people run their mouth, the more they expose them thoughts that they have in private. I mean, that's just the way it is. That's the way it is.
Older you get in this lifestyle, the more you kind of earn your rest. They don't call you so much to the rituals anymore. They'll be calling the young people, destroying the young people. South Africa, I don't think that you need a memo to see what has happened to that girl that you sent here. I'm sure you can see that she is just she's gone the same route as Rihanna, basically. Rihanna is one person who has made up her mind that they will have to kill her, it seems, before she goes back to that life, because the way she's choosing to keep herself safe, that her ditzy fans can't even keep up with is simply by having children. She's having organic children. You can actually see, unlike the fake surrogate havers like Beyonce that sits down with a stomach that folds, and the insane people following her cannot see that it's a lie. Rihanna's actually having the children. She's actually experiencing the hair loss. She's actually experiencing the postpartum puffy face and everything. And she's having children, and that is buying her at least 2 years or 3 years from having to give an album. The woman hasn't made an album in, I think, almost 10 years or something like that, because she doesn't want to go back to those rituals. She doesn't want to go back to having the so-called famous Sean Carter, Jay-Z, that black people love so much, treat her like little more than a human couch for semen and for anal sex and abuse. That's what they do to these people. The men have done it. I've named Kevin Hart here as one of the people. I've named Madonna here as one of the handlers. I've named JC Chavez and Justin Timberlake and all these people, Christina Aguilera and Britney Spears. They all had to pass through. Justin Bieber, Usher, the crushing clause. Even Will Smith in his time had to pay this price. They cannot get famous without this price. And so the Black Boule is well known for selling out their own. They're well known for heinous punishments toward their own.
They are well known for heinous punishment against their own. We've talked about the Black Boule, those Prince Hall Masons who are at the head of the Black Boule, all of the celebrities that are used, what they did to Kobe Bryant. I don't want to put it out there, but what will possibly happen to other high-ranking members as well, i.e. LeBron James. I'm not saying anything is going to happen to him, but they definitely put their own through those rituals. And I thought this was interesting about Rihanna, because Rihanna posted, it almost got like 1 million likes in like half a day, I think, maybe a day or so. But she posted she was back in the studio, and I think it's been a solid decade, right? I think her last album was in 2016. And I just thought this was interesting because that made a lot of sense on, it'll be like, oh, she took a break from music to focus on Fenty and this and that. But 10 years of no music, it just made sense when she was talking about her having babies, her actually going through the real process instead of the surrogate stuff like the Kardashians and Beyonce. It made a lot of sense, because maybe she does know living that normal life for a while or whatever, having kids is keeping her away from it. Because if you're going to make music, you're going to do albums, you're going to do rituals, you're going to pay. You know what I'm saying? Nobody escapes it. If you owe these record labels albums, no one escapes it. You're going to pay the price. You know what I'm saying? I thought that was real interesting. And I haven't seen much from her, because I think I reacted to something from her before, the Master's Voice Prophecy blog or something like that. I don't know her real page. I think this was clipped on someone else's page. But yeah, man, y'all already know what's going on. Let me know what y'all think about this one. We'll be back with another video tomorrow. Got my little break in, so we ready to keep making these videos. That being said, y'all, Black Balloon, and I'm gonna see y'all soon. All right, I'm out.